And today we're reacting to I Can't Lie, this Charlie Kirk shit. And today we're reacting to I Can't Lie, this Charlie Kirk shooter situation is very suspicious. I think that goes without saying. Everybody is very curious of how this happened, who this was, for what reason. And I'd imagine, you know, this is 2025. This person will probably be apprehended somewhat soon. If he gets away with this, she, whoever gets away with this, I'd be very surprised. But let's see what Flacco got to say. Let's get into it. In regards to just the situation, period, I just dropped that before. If you're seeing this one and you want to see my opinion about it, I dropped the video about just the situation at hand before this. Let's get into it. Let's do it.
There's something very weird going on with this Charlie Kirk situation. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before, ever. Charlie Kirk was murdered in broad daylight, in cold blood, in front of thousands of people. Now, when the incident first happened, within minutes, they told us, we got our guy. We got the suspect in custody. But after being told that this was the
old white man, and this is crazy, bro. Like, this guy right here, I know he confused as hell. He like, bro, I support everything he said. I've been supporting everything he said. What you mean? That's got to be a crazy thing to be getting apprehended for. You like, nah, ain't no way they think that's me.
Killed Charlie Kirk.
The 79, no, not even 70, 88-year-old man in the crowd.
Even the optics showed that he was a criminal. They was dragging him away, both feet in the air, told him, not giving him an opportunity to pull up his pants while people are screaming at him.
Wow.
We for sure thought, okay, yeah, this is the guy. Then, like, we found out, like, an hour or so later, no, this is not the guy.
Damn, his pants falling. And man, come on. Well, I mean, I guess at the time they thought he assassinated somebody. Damn.
He was released from custody. Then we said, okay, like, that's weird.
Bro, they need to come out publicly and like, with some, bro. Nah, bro, because there's somebody that didn't see these videos yet and just only saw that clip and think it's that old man, bro. Nah, that's not it.
Arresting the wrong guy and treating him in that manner seems like something really big to just mess up. So, but we thought, okay, maybe, listen, man, all right, the description is an older white male with similar clothing on, and they just arrested the wrong older white male with similar clothing on. Come to find out, that theory would be wrong because they took another person in custody. This time, the description is the opposite of the initial suspect that was arrested.
Well, I mean, one thing we also learned was that the gun wasn't recovered at the scene. So it sounds like he managed to do his pre-operational planning, find that spot, line it up where he thought, you know, his victim would be, take out Kirk with a single bullet, pack up the weapon, maybe break it down, put it into a smaller bag. If you get off that roof, you have access right to a parking lot where he could have easily gotten into a car and left. In the video canvas, what we don't know. Did they get a good image of him, or was it just the clothing? Were they able to get a license plate reader of a car leaving that took them to a name? But we know there's an individual about 25 years old who's in custody as that person of interest. But this is where it starts. Now,
first they thought it was old man. Then they thought it was 20. Then now they think it's 25-year-old man. But we don't know who we looking for at this point. They don't know who they looking for at this point. This person actually might get away with this.
Not where it finishes. That means getting,
unless they collect a whole bunch of videos, and I don't know. Like if they saying he be on the roof now.
As Evan pointed out, a search warrant for the house, a search warrant for the car. Do you then recover the gun? Can you match the ballistics? They have a lot of work to do tonight. And they have to figure out, was he acting alone? Who else is there? Who's he in communications with? They have a lot of work to do tomorrow, too.
That left me even more confused. So the suspect is actually 25 years old, and he actually doesn't fit the description of the 60-plus-year-old man y'all arrested initially at all. Then why was a 60-plus-year-old man arrested in the first place? That was my first sign. Okay, yeah, there's something confusing going on. I don't feel like the personnel know what they're doing at this point in time as they investigate Charlie Kirk's murder at all. But at this particular point in time, they believe the 25-year-old that was in custody was the shooter. The FBI director, Kash Patel, he even came to Twitter with a fist in the air, letting people know, we got our guy. We arrested Charlie Kirk's shooter. He's in custody at the moment. Cash Patel writes, the subject for the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. Thank you to the local and state authorities in Utah for your partnership with FBI. We will provide updates when able. So, bro, when you're thanking them for their work, it kind of had the tone of, like the investigation, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
we got our subject in custody. We're going to move forward investigating him, trying to get the house subpoena, the house search, and things of that order. He was speaking as if it was a done deal, as if it was a wrap. But usually when it's a done deal and it's a wrap, we would have the name of who the shooter is. We'll have to picture the image of who the shooter is.
Right.
We'll have an idea of what the shooter's identity is, but that never came out. And minutes went by and videos began to surface of what people will say is the alleged shooter that was arrested and put in custody at the moment. But that shooter, or the person who was being put in custody, if that's the 25-year-old, is not 25 at all. It looks like that's another person with another demographic that was being arrested and put in custody.
Oh my God, bro. Jesus! Come on, man. Please tell me now. Unless he got some type of old man suit on. You know them things where they put that new mask you can put on and it's like a body and you can put hair on it and he's really just like trying to finesse it that way. Unless that's the case, come on, man. Nah, this must be for something else. Maybe this guy was drunk in a bar or something and he was causing too much of disruption. Please tell me they not just in shambles like this saying, oh yeah, we got so-and-so. Wait. No, it's not. It wasn't the 70. It wasn't the 86-year-old man that we caught. It's actually the 67-year-old man. But we got a 25-year-old man.
I think they just found the guy right outside of Carry On. Rifle on this dude's dash.
Oh wow!
And they just handcuffed him.
Yeah, it's spreading this false narrative. See, he was just doing something totally different, bro. This guy was doing something totally different. I feel like the street would be locked.
Shit.
This guy just had paraphernalia and he had his rifle in his car. Right? Is that binoculars? Ain't no way. Is that a rangefinder? Dump the bag out, nigga.
I don't know about y'all. That don't look like no 25-year-old. That looks like a man who's in his mid-40s, to say the least. Mid-40s, maybe 50s. So it looks like that's another suspect. All right, so we're asking, okay, where's the 25-year-old? What's his identity? Before we could really speculate, because people were beginning to speculate that the 25-year-old was this random Twitter account that belonged to this like transgender who made a threat to Charlie Kirk the day before he got to campus, claiming that something bad was going to happen the day of campus. So everybody was already...
Whoever said that was just... like mad and wanted to say something, but didn't really do it. Ooh, I know they in a cold room right now with one cup of water while people slamming on the desk. What do you know about the? I just know that trans person that was just mad as hell because they ain't like what he was saying. Oh man, they got them all types of freaked out right now, geeked out.
Already running with the assumption the 25-year-old was this transgender dude on Twitter.
Oh, if it's a shooter, baby, the community. So this person here goes to the university. Of course, they, them, and look at what he said yesterday. He says here, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him, literally. And then he writes, let's just say something big will happen tomorrow.
You would have to be, you would have to be the most sped idiotic individual in thy world to say something like this, knowing something was gonna happen. That's one thing that I just can't understand. Now, you can't put things past anybody, but you would have to be the stupidest individual alive to know something was gonna happen to somebody and say something like this.
So a student is saying this yesterday, and I also find it very, very odd that the person asking the question was asking Charlie about shooters before he got shot. So FBI, Cash Patel, whoever the fuck this dude is, yeah, I think you should look into this.
This is it. Yep, that's there to say. I agree. Chuck, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? Too many. Because serious, we put on the trigger, we're blind to good on it, and everything's fine. Okay, now mine is a lot.
I do not want to see this man get hit up.
So you're gonna try and tell me that this student last night said, oh, just wait for something big to happen tomorrow, and then the person asking the question was asking about shooters, and he gets shot? I'm just saying, and if the shooter is this fucking psychotic community, oh, y'all going down, motherfucker.
Come to find out, that was not the shooter that was in custody. And as of now, there's no word on whether or not that person has been questioned or arrested. But the shooter that was
definitely, he's been grabbed. They showed up at his door. Absolutely.
Actually in custody, or the alleged shooter that was in custody, the 25-year-old, his name is Zachariah Qureshi. And up until about...
Let me move so y'all can see this being. Zachariah Qureshi. Okay.
About an hour ago, everybody was reporting that this was the guy who killed Charlie Kirk. Come to find out, that's not true. But then Cash Patel came back to Twitter and let us know, yeah, sorry, we thought we had him. We don't.
Dang! Yo, he's getting off right now, bruh. He is getting off right now. Oh my gosh, whoever this is, he's got him scrambled up. They don't know who they looking for.
Got the shooter, people. The 25-year-old that we had in custody, we released him because he had nothing to do with it. See, Cash Patel took to Twitter and he says, the subject in custody has been released after an interrogation by law enforcement.
That's a hard name, Cash Patel.
Our investigation continues and we will continue to release information in interest of transparency. There's something scary and spooky going on here, bruh. The shooter was able to shoot Charlie Kirk precisely. Yeah, and he was able to aim and hit his mark 200 yards away on his belly, on a roof.
Wow.
Hit his target, and he was able to pack up, break his gun down like this, pack it up, and get out of there before being identified, seen, or caught by anybody? Nah, that was a professional who did that.
Yeah, that was somebody angry. Somebody, he struck a nerve with somebody and said, nah. Somebody was angry, bro.
It had to be a professional now. Had to be, man. Yo, to pack up that good...
Nah. This that movie.
Come on, bro. Nah, man. Now, listen. I can't recall a time where somebody this high profile got murdered in broad daylight in public like this.
And you, buddy, that gay dude that was talking about the trans dude, does he look like he a trans? Do you know how difficult that is? Like, this isn't a movie. Do you know how difficult that has no military training to be on a roof somewhere, scoped up? Come on, bro. We gotta think. We gotta use our brains, bro. He wasn't even making sense. Wasn't even thinking. That's somebody that know what
in a mass shooting fashion, and we don't know who did it within a few hours. Come on, bro. The only people capable of doing something this clean and undetected is a professional. Now, Trump did address the country and spoke about Charlie Kirk. Now, I'll say this: maybe it's somewhat of a good thing that the killer has not been identified before Trump's speech, because it kind of gives Trump the opportunity to come and just express himself. If the killer or the shooter was identified and their identity fits within the bubble of the people they've been trying to disseminate or tell people to fear, like trans shooters or like black folks or Mexican folks. So, if the shooter had fit into that category, we might have heard a more divisive speech from Trump. But I think for the most part, Trump gave a speech, that was pushing for unification of America right now.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals.
It was going so good, and then he hit us with, like the division. I do believe language like this is divisive because I don't feel like it'll be a victory if somebody retaliated and a famous leftist creator got hit.
Yeah.
I don't feel like anybody will feel like, oh, mission accomplished, job is no. I feel like we're in this together. And I don't feel like rhetoric demonizing and vilifying the left, I don't feel like that would help us as America right now because we need healing, bro. We're too divided.
This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God.
Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you think can heal America right now? What do you think is the path with the least?
He spoke on a lot of gun violence, brother. Again, I grew up in Texas. I said in the last video, I'm with the guns. I like guns. I'm with the guns. I feel like they protect, but I know for a fact they harm. You know what I'm saying? These same people, we talking about gun violent things. Maybe there needs to be some changes. I got to be big enough to say that. That being said, y'all let me know what y'all think. Don't come take my gun. Like the video, something called the Benjamin Chin a week on, man. ADD